Ready? Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, this video is about my friend Patrick. Patrick being a friend for a couple of years for me, and we filmed quite a bit of things together at Brick, and not only at Brick, at YouTube and outside. I think you know not that much about Patrick, and you should know more. He certainly knows how to navigate through tough waters at Brick. He knows what to say and what not to say, and he knows people and he knows equipment, and what's he has is ability to learn new equipment. Even now, Patrick is facing with a new TriCasta system. He knows, he needs to practice, and that's what we're doing today. For example, he getting him experience how to run the TriCaster. Uh, if you want to work with Patrick, basically the new Studio A under his management could mic up probably up to 26 instruments. The floor is painted brand new, so we can certainly do a lot of stuff or moving on the floor. It's clean, it's beautiful, so it's dancing moves and stuff like that. It's possibilities to film here. Um, what else? I think Patrick is a really nice guy. A lot of people, kind of try to take advantage of him and not help him, but he managed to go through, survive through those things. I have experience working with Patrick for a while, and I can tell you he can be a tremendous asset to production. If you know how to collaborate with him, so he delivers, he can edit, he can film, he can come up with the ideas. Um, he has a personality, of course, but certainly this video is kind of tribute to Patrick, and hopefully you will those who know him will give him a second chance and second look, and those who don't know him, I certainly recommend to consider collaborating with Patrick. He has time, he has effort, he has experience. I think you will find that he has quite a bit of human in him comparing to other folks out there. Thank you, Patrick, for being a friend, for teaching me many things, and basically, I'm very much indebted to you for your introduction of Brick Family to me. Thank you. Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about the negotiation strategies, and one of those strategies is called contendering, also called competing or domination. In this strategy, it's basically low right corner of the graph that you see on the screen, and people who pursue that kind of contendering strategy pursue their own outcomes very strongly and show little concern for whether the other party objections have been met or describe the outcomes. Those folks kind of employ this strategy, maintain their own admirations, and try to persuade the other party to yield them. They use threats, punishment, intimidation, and unilateral action then considered to be contending this approach. The next strategy is considered to be yielding, also called accommodation and obliging, is a strategy in which upper left side of the corner of the graph that you're seeing right now And actors basically pursue yielding strategy when there is little interest or concern whether they attain their own outcomes, but they are quite interested in whether the other party attained his or her own outcome. Yielding involved lowering one's own aspirations to let the other win and gain what she or he wants. Yielding might seem like a strange strategy for some, but it has a defined advantages in some situations. Especially when you can win, at least you can, accommodate. Another strategy that we can define is called inaction, also called avoidance. In this strategy is also kind of low corner of right hand corner. The partners here pursue inaction strategy to show their interest in whether they attain their own outcome, as well as little concern about whether the other party obtains his or her own outcome. Inaction is often synonymous with withdrawal or passivity. Party prefers to retreat, be silent, and do nothing. And one of the best strategies is problem solving, which is called collaboration and integration. In this strategy, it's kind of upper right corner of the graph, and partners here persuade problem-solving strategy that show high concern for attaining their own outcome as well, and high concern for the other party attain their or her outcome. In problem-solving approach, the both parties actively pursue approaches to maximize their joint outcome and away from the conflict. So both parties wants to win together. And the last strategy called compromising. In this strategy, in the middle, it's kind of conflict management strategy that represents moderate effort to pursue their own outcome and moderate effort to help the other party to achieve their own outcomes. They do not identify compromising as variable kind of strategy because it's aspiration from one or of the other sources. Either lazy problem solving involve half-hearted attempt to satisfy both parties' interests, or simply yielding to both parties. However, because some of the people who research that kind of version of behavior believes that compromising represent a valid strategic approach to conflict, we kind of insert it in the framework. Thank you. I'm gonna get some water and be back.